Episode 111, 111. Dial it for all your footballing needs. If you have any health needs, actually dial 111.
Yeah.
Because then you can save the NHS, don't go to A&E, don't go to a GP, call 111. But
is it 111 or is it 112?
I don't know what 112 is, Dave.
Oh, well,
don't call 112. I don't know what that'll get you.
Okay, well, dial 111 if you're... Football's back!
Yeah, football's back! Woo! Hello, Dave.
Hello, mate. How you doing?
Yes, good, thank you. What's your emergency phone numbers in Singapore?
999, I think. I've never had to dial it, so...
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, yeah. 112?
You haven't had to dial it. I thought Mr. Injury Prone would have had to dial some form of medical aid very soon as you landed there. Quick.
Yeah.
I've just his ankle getting off the flight.
I should have asked the flight attendant, like, as we passed into Singapore airspace, what's the emergency number? I need this.
Just get someone on speed dial, please.
Yeah, well, just for a bit of background on that, I'm very injury prone. Yeah. A lot, actually. It's not been covered very much in the podcast because it's, well,
no.
partly is football related, I guess, but not massively because there's better football out there than my injuries. So, but yeah, I mean, it's been, how's life? How's life since last week?
Good. Had a golf lesson during the week.
Oh,
that was quite good.
Nice. What did he work on, or she?
So my swing's quite narrow, so I worked on kind of going back out a little bit. Look, I keep pushing it right, but that's going to get solved in
pushing it right or slicing it right?
No, it's very quite straight right. It doesn't really. Sometimes but it's quite just straight right, really.
Yeah, okay.
So you just find me kind of, aiming left a little bit. Quite good. He gave me a confidence boost. Said, "I'm surprised you're hitting as high numbers as you are." I was like, "Stuff it."
Yeah. Although that's an insult in golf, isn't it? Hitting high numbers.
He's surprised that I was.
You're
surprised that I was hitting those kind of numbers after he saw my swing. He's like, no professional. So I'm not professional. So you should be. So I'm not. I'm making absolutely loads out of accounting. So.
Nice. Well played. Yeah, so it's actually quite backhanded then. It's actually like a backhanded compliment. I'm surprised you're hitting high numbers, which means you must be terrible in and around the greens.
Well, he said, well, your short go must be awful. I was like, well, it's actually my best part. So.
Okay. Yeah, I've been good, thank you. Not very busy at work, actually, so I haven't had much time to do anything else. But, yeah, a little bit. Have I played golf this week? Do you know what? I don't think I have. I think I played golf this week. Football hasn't started, so I've just been trying to watch football. So nice. I found myself watching a lot of MLS highlights.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really not very good.
Accidentally, or?
It's a bit of a YouTube tunnel, and then you get recommended videos, and then I just kind of stumble on them, and... Yeah, I've watched a lot of like 4-1s, 5-0s, 6-2s.
Is it anything to do with your FM game going on at the moment? Is that what is dragging you to it? No,
I think I was watching something on our Football Talk page for YouTube after I was uploading the last video, and I was looking at England-Iceland highlights. That's what I was watching, and it was like next video, like, do you want to watch the MLS? I was like,
did you watch much of the international break? Obviously, we came off the back of an international break. We had Ronaldo scoring his 101st goal.
No, do you know what?
I couldn't see any of England's.
Literally couldn't give a bleep word there because it's come at such a stupid time. Everyone's so excited about the league coming back that everyone's just like, just don't get injured. Please, just do not get injured.
Yeah, I used to be, as a Spurs fan, when Spurs were kind of up and coming more so. Now we're somewhat established in the upper echelons, but it was nice to get a Spurs player get a call up. Now I dread it. I'm like, oh great.
Yeah.
Going to get injured, is he? Going to do a Michael Owen and get injured on international duty, is he? Don't look forward to it at all now.
No, I still like World Cups and Euros, I really do. But I think Nations League is... I was going to say one of those things they could have scrapped because of what's happened, but then they can't because qualifying for the Euros now happens through the Nations League. So yes,
and it is also very good for the lower ranked teams. We had Gibraltar v San Marino, which is quite a. It's good for them to play each other. But so in terms of excitement in football, then, so England World Cup final, Man United Champions League final. Are you more excited for Manchester United?
It's always a tough question because I've seen Man United.
Obviously, you've experienced Man United in Champions League finals.
That's the thing.
Surely there's going to be some pent-up excitement for England to be in a World Cup final.
Well, when it comes down to finals, I don't know which one I'd prefer, but because judging on history, I'd probably say Man United have a higher chance of winning a final they get to than England. But if you were to tell me, would I pick England winning the World Cup or Man United winning a treble, I'd want England to win the World Cup. If it was nailed on. If that year was going to be your choices this year, Dave, is Man United win a treble or England win the World Cup, I want England to win the World Cup once in my lifetime. I want to experience that jubilation. And if someone could guarantee me it was going to happen, and it's going to happen if Man United don't win the treble, then I'll take England winning it.
I'm now wondering how low you'd go, Dave. How low would you take Man United's league performance in the year preceding the World Cup to facilitate an England World Cup win? Would you take Man United being relegated for England to win the World Cup?
No. No. I think
no. So, but you'd take them toying with. I reckon you'd take them toying with relegation, finishing 17th, and England win the World Cup.
I think I'd take that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'd take that as a Man United are definitely going to be safe, but it's going to be a struggle. But I don't know that. I don't know that part of it. But I do know that England are going to win the World Cup at the end of that year, or the summer of that year. Yeah, I'd probably take that. Yeah.
Okay.
So
there we go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that covers the news for this week.
Yeah, great.
Well, there's a few more transfers have gone through. Nothing quite major so far. There's been a few. We have Areola signing for Fulham.
Boobs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say on that matter. Didn't play yesterday, but Sandro Tonali.
He's probably happy, to be honest.
FM transfer.
He's probably happy that he didn't play yesterday, Areola. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But
yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Sorry, Tonali. You were saying there. Yeah. It's. I think a lot of people wanted to see him in the Premier League, to be honest.
Yeah, it seemed a bit lacklustre in the end. Because in my head, Milan are not exactly one of the top Italian sides now. I think it's very much a signing on kind of previous glories and the potential they have rather than the current status.
Yeah, it's a weird one though in Italy, isn't it? Because you can do joint ownership of players still between clubs, and then they go to the club which is paying more of the salary, and it's weird. It's just bizarre. Co-ownership between clubs, I don't really understand it, but I think in terms of transfers, really, I mean, well, Ollie Watkins moved to Villa. That was
Ollie
this week.
Watkins, Brentford, Sheffield United. Brentford to Villa.
Yeah,
that'd be quite a good one. Yeah, because obviously you spoke last week. Villa need to sort out up front and in goal. Seems like they're making moves to do both, which is quite good.
Yeah, on to that. Like, I think Ollie Watkins is a good buy. I don't think he's going to keep them in the Premier League. Like, I don't think he's going to do enough to go in the Premier League.
We saw, obviously, a previous Brentford to Premier League transfer, Mopé, and scored 10 goals last year. I mean, he can't just be reliant. I mean, Villa were pretty lacklustre in attack overall. It wasn't like that was the only cog missing. Grealish kind of carried the attacking drive, and Trezeguet dipped in, but it wasn't great. I don't think he's a solution.
No.
Especially they were kind of operating with quite a big man up front kind of role, weren't they?
Samatta.
Samatta and Wesley were kind of taking those roles, so he's going to be something different. But yeah, it's a good signing, but I wouldn't think it's the final piece. Newcastle doing bits.
Hang on.
Signing Jamal Lewis.
We're not moving on yet. Arsenal. We're talking about Villa. Martinez. I want to touch on this. Are they paying 20 million because he won the FA Cup?
If they'd bought him last summer, it would be like 2 million.
Yeah.
But honestly, Arsenal must be going, thank you.
Yeah, I don't understand, because the rumours Villa were rumoured to be getting Romero from United, and apparently that fee was like 12 million. And I'm now thinking, why aren't they buying Romero for 12 million? Like, 20 million seems like a lot for a goalkeeper.
If they're paying 20 million is just an absolute joke.
Yeah. I don't get it. But anyway, okay, I just wanted your opinion on that. Sorry, Newcastle.
Newcastle doing bits. Jamal Lewis. Do you reckon Jamal Lewis is upset? Because obviously there was talk earlier in the window of Norwich turning down Liverpool, and then he ends up signing for Newcastle.
I think
he obviously gets back to Premier League.
I think
Bruce and Klopp are very similar. You know, he's playing for two outstanding managers.
Yeah, I think it might be Norwich shooting themselves in the foot. I think Norwich
shooting themselves in the foot.
No, I think they've got good money, but I think when Liverpool were interested, they thought this could be a bidding war and something could happen. And then Liverpool just went off and bought that Greek left back to Samatis.
Yeah.
And then no one else was really showing serious interest in Jamal Lewis, and then Newcastle were his best option. I think if you're Jamal Lewis, you're happy to be back in the Premier League. I think.
Yeah, and I do think Norwich have got a bit more for him. But yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I imagine Jamal Lewis probably thinking if only Liverpool had paid a little bit more. But again, he's going to be playing week in, week out. Newcastle didn't really have a settled left back position when you're up against it with Andy Robertson on the side.
Yeah.
But they also signed Ryan Fraser.
Well, I mean, it's not a double signing, isn't it? Ryan Fraser and Callum Wilson. So
yeah, I mean, obviously you got Matt Ritchie still there from previous Bournemouth. It's kind of like where Bournemouth players go to play a bit better, maybe.
yeah, to take a step up. I don't. Yeah, it's a very strange thing. Yeah, I think Newcastle have. I think they've signed quite well. I still think Steve Bruce is going to struggle, and I still think they're going to do better once Steve Bruce has gone. But
well, really,
yeah, I think that's what I predicted.
Even though they've done pretty much very. I mean, obviously they started buying after Benitez left. It seems like for me that Mike Ashley does just enough. Like he realised he had a better manager in Benitez, and so the players overachieved. He got Bruce probably for cheaper. Probably means he needs better players. Bought some players, so bought kind of St. Maximin and Joe Linton. And now he's gone again. You know what? We probably need a few more players, and they bought again. It's kind of like he just does enough to keep them in the league. Is how I see Mike Ashley's kind of ownership.
I'd agree with that. I think Mike Ashley's doing just enough to keep them in the league, and I think it's going to be. We'll get on to West Ham later, but I think Newcastle will be quite similar in the fact that Mike Ashley would rather sack Steve Bruce to placate some fans than sell the club and placate all of them. Sort of thing, because it's all gone a bit quiet. Well, Saudi Arabia, I think, has been canned completely.
Washed, yeah.
But now there's the Singaporean businessmen that are looking to do it, but they've come under a bit of hot fuzz. I was going to say that's definitely not a phrase.
I just keep going with this. I don't know where this sentence is. Sometimes I start a sentence. I don't know where it's going to take.
You know what?
Go for it, Dave.
I watched that episode today. The Office. Yeah.
You took it to heart.
They've come under
hot water.
Hot water. They've come under a bit of hot water. Hot fuzz.
No, they've not come under a bit of hot water.
Let me finish.
That's a shower.
Can you let me finish? Right. They're a bit screwed, the Singaporean businessmen, because they've just been found out to have. I don't know if this has even made news in Europe because of the Newcastle takeover.
Breaking news.
They fabricated pictures in their marketing campaign of them with Barack Obama.
That has obviously.
Yeah. They cropped out 3 other people in the photo and then shoved them next to Barack Obama, and it looks like his arms.
Do you know what?
Around.
I saw it had been fabricated. I didn't know if they had literally superimposed his head on someone else's body. One of them, they've superimposed his whole figure in a photo with them. Yeah. Do you know what, Dave? I've actually thought of doing the same. You know how some people normally in downstairs toilets, have different pictures in, it's just kind of a holding bay for random photos. Yeah. I've thought about that, getting the internet to generate, to Photoshop me next to very famous people and put them up in my downstairs toilet. That would be amazing. That would be absolutely amazing. Josh, we could do it. Did you meet Barack Obama? Well, do it on the podcast, mate. You can do it on a thumbnail. I'll get me, you, and say special guest with a photo of Jurgen Klopp, and then we'll get Owen on. Yeah. But yeah, so that's interesting. Yeah, they came under some hot fuzz. Yeah. Some hot fuzz, and some hot water. The last transfer I want to mention, because I was interested in Spurs signing him, Sheffield United made a couple of Derby County signings. Jayden Bogle, the right back, signed from Derby. On loan? I think he's got... Huh? On loan, isn't it? Loan to a permanent... I thought it was like a $7 million fee, I thought. I think it's loan to a permanent, I think. Loan to a permanent, yeah. But I think that's actually a really good signing for him. Could be. He's yeah. I mean, I think it's going to be a tougher season for Sheffield United, but I think he's shown some... He reminds me a bit of Kyle Walker, very explosive and a bit of a talent, really. I think he's got some potential. Yeah, I've not seen enough of him, but I think he could. I don't know. Sheffield United have proven they're quite good at taking people from the Championship and getting them to play well, like they did with pretty much their whole squad last year. Yes. And then Lys Mousset, they signed him, and he did well when he joined. You can argue he's probably a Championship level player, but I think they're doing. I look forward to seeing what he can do. I don't know how, because Sheffield United last season played in such a strange way with the underlapping fullbacks and the overlapping centre-backs, and it must be tough for a new player to go and fit in, a new defender especially, to go and fit into that sort of system. It's like Bielsa apparently with his recruitment is it doesn't matter where they play how they play in their natural position. It's how they're going to be playing when we go through all of our different shapes and transitions. It's kind of a bit of a thing with Premier League. So I think Nuno at Wolves is similar. It takes players a while to bed into that system. It's sort of Adama Traore took a long while to kind of bed in and be effective. So yeah, I find that fascinating. And again, it backs up the my weekly claim. It takes the players, especially from foreign leagues, but even all types of players, a while to settle in a new club. There's a lot that goes on.
Yeah.
If you watch any of the sports documentaries, it's very clear that there's some settling in to do, and so often it's not about the technical aspect of the game. That's what I've kind of come to realise recently. Is it's more about that mental aspect, the ability to kind of understand the instructions, to have that drive, because obviously there's a lot of games week in, week out. So be able to get yourself up to that level and want to perform week in, week out, even though you might have been knocked back by the manager, might have had a bad game, might have had the fans in your back. It's that mental aptitude you have. It's not necessarily about the technical aspect.
I think, to go with that, the mental attitude that you were saying is that a lot of them are young players, and it's the first time out of the national home country where they're from, like missing family and moving away from family.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. You see transfers go through when players move from abroad. You haven't watched any of All or Nothing yet.
I've watched it all now. I've watched it all up until the first six. Yeah.
Yeah, you saw when Stephen Bergwijn came, he moves his family with him.
Yeah,
he's only 22, 23. He moved his whole family. And I said to Andrea, my wife, I said, that's such a strange thing. Like, I'm getting it. Like, imagine the child getting the job and the family moving, your parents moving with you. It's just a...
Yeah. Can you imagine
it's a role reversal, really. It's not like, often it would be like, your dad gets a job and you move to a different country. This is very much reversed.
Imagine if my employer was... my negotiation of the contract with my employer was, well, my mum and dad need to come. You need to find them an apartment.
Sort out accommodation for my mum and dad. What?
Yeah. But, very,
right,
very interesting points. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right, well, that's all my news for the week.
Great. Well, you're hosting today, Josh. So
to the quiz. Ooh la 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 la. Ooh la 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 la. Ooh la 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 la. It's quizzing time, right, David?
Yes, it's on the screen, mate.
And it's a request that has been facilitated from last week. So we had a Dave quiz was for Manchester United. Where are they now? And it's from your last title-winning campaign. And obviously, Spurs, we haven't had a title-winning campaign recently. But we have had a good campaign when we first got into the Champions League. So this is the 09-10 season where Tottenham finished fourth for the first time. So these are the players that are still at a club, but not at Spurs. So where are they playing now? There's 3 players who are off this list because they are still playing or still available to play, but they've not yet got a club yet. So Tom Huddleston, Sebastian Basong and Aurelio Gomez haven't yet retired from the game, but they are free agents, so I've excluded these from the list.
Just on those 3, so Tom Huddleston's last club was Derby.
Yep.
Aurelio Gomez was Watford.
Yep.
Where on earth was Basong's last club?
Oh, it was... I'll tell you this, Dave. I think there's a news article the other day of him turning out for someone in the Sunday League type. His last club was Volos in Greece.
Okay, fair enough.
with such big names as no one. There we go.
Excellent. Was he playing with loads of those greyed out players you get in Football Manager?
No, there's only 3 greyed out players. A lot of Argentinians there actually, but I don't. Have you ever heard of such players as Franco Ferrari, Salvador Sanchez, Nicolas Martinez, Rodrigo Colombo, and Julian Bartolo?
Bartolo rings a bell.
I feel like they are just actually random Argentinians who've just gone on holiday to Greece, stuck around, and got themselves a contract at a football club.
There were a group of 5 people who went on holiday together having a kick around on the beach, and the scout was like, yes, you'll do.
Yeah, I know none of these players.
Okay, right. Quiz then.
Quiz.
Number
right,
1.
What do you see, Dave?
Number 1. Giovanni Dos Santos.
Oh, had such high hopes for him.
Now, he was at LA Galaxy.
Was.
And is he still? Is that still his club? It's not his club. Is he in Mexico?
Ooh.
I'm gonna say. I can't remember if you moved to Spain or Mexico. Let's go. Club America in Mexico.
Oh!
Is it right?
Nice.
Get in. Come on.
Wow.
Come on. Number 2. Andros Townsend, Crystal Palace.
Andros Townsend, Crystal Palace.
Number 3. Aaron Lennon, Burnley. Is he still there?
No.
Oh.
He has literally just moved this summer.
Oh, okay. Where did he go? Rangers?
No, he is over in Turkey in Kayserispor.
Oh, wow. Okay. I was never going to get that. I had no idea there. Vedran Shorluka.
Of course, my wife knows him, movie star.
No.
She thinks he looks like a movie star.
Okay. I'm going to go with, and I've got 3 choices of Moscow clubs, but I'm going to go with Lokomotiv Moscow.
Oh, nice, Dave.
Yes. Michael Dawson still playing.
I mean, I'm dubious of this fact, but
he can't still be at Hull, surely.
No.
He can't still be playing.
Let me have a look.
No way. He was
He's only
old.
36.
Yeah, but he was bloody hell.
He was slow to begin with, so...
Yeah, true. Who's... Come on.
I'm going to say one phrase to you, one phrase only.
Yeah.
Bookend.
Oh my god. I have no idea who you signed him from.
Oh. Double deal.
Your double deal was Michael Dawson and... God, they must be like League 2 or something. League 2, League 1?
Championship.
Oh my god. Nottingham Forest.
Yes.
Is it actually Nottingham Forest?
Yeah.
Did you sign him with Tom Huddleston?
Andy Reid.
Oh, Andy Reid. Bloody hell. What a shit transfer that was. Bloody
Tom
hell.
Huddleston was bookend as well, I think. I think Tom Huddleston was Derby to begin
Yeah,
with.
I was just thinking Tom Huddleston might have actually been Derby.
Yeah, so Tom Huddleston's youth career was Nottingham Forest, Derby County, Tottenham, Wolves, Hull, Derby County. So it's very, apart from this Wolves loan,
Yeah.
because Dawson is Forest, Tottenham, Hull, Forest, and if you go permanent deals, you go Derby, Tottenham, Hull, Derby.
Well, there you go.
And they've both got 4 England caps.
They're just on the same trajectory, yeah.
They are.
So, except for one's got a club and one hasn't at the moment.
True.
So, yeah. But, okay, Jermaine Defoe, I'm pretty sure you signed him straight from from West Ham, sorry. West Ham?
Well, that's not actually the part of the quiz, but...
No, you signed... Oh, no, I got so confused in the Michael Dawson, Tom Huddleston, where they played for previously.
That's the real quiz.
That's the real quiz, yeah. That's the real quiz. Jermaine Defoe, who does he play for now?
Yazoo, where's your cut-off point?
Rangers.
Yeah,
Rangers, yeah.
These tough ones coming up, Dave. Tough ones.
Yeah, Luka Modric is still at Real Madrid?
Yes.
Yeah. Gareth Bale, Real Madrid.
Yes.
Kyle Norton, still at Swansea?
Yes.
Yeah. Jake Livermore. Oh. He was another one that went to Hull.
I think we've got some form of good deal there, haven't we?
Yeah.
He's got...
Is Jake Livermore at Hull still?
No, he's not.
Sunderland.
He's in the Premier League now, Dave.
Oh my god. Oh, West Brom.
West Brom.
Yeah, West Brom. Jeez. Ryan Fredericks is also in the Premier League with West Ham.
He is.
Yeah.
Now, this one, Dave. This is going to... If you get this, I don't know what gift you want, but I'll give it to you.
I want your Football Talk water bottle.
Okay.
It's on the
Get
line.
one of these.
It's on the line.
It's on the
Roman
line.
Pavlyuchenko is currently playing for... And my hands are here. I'm not typing on Wikipedia or anything. Josh can see them.
I am.
You are, yeah. You got to check it. Roman Pavlyuchenko. Roman Pavlyuchenko is Russian, isn't he? He is Russian.
He is Russian. He's a 38-year-old Russian.
I'm going to say he's playing for Tom Tomesk in the Russian second division.
No, he is not.
Is he playing in Russia?
He is playing in Russia.
Okay, give me another chance.
They're in the Russian...
Regionals.
I'm not even sure what league this is in, Dave.
You don't even know sure what league it's in. Oh my word. Okay.
There's a Russian football team from somewhere. It played professionally. Oh no, sorry. For the 2021 season, it re-entered the third tier of Russian football.
Right. If I get this, Josh, that water bottle's mine, and this is my last and final guess. Spartak Nalichik.
No, unfortunately not, Dave. It is Znamia Noginsk.
That was my next guess.
Oh,
that was my next guess.
Dave.
So close. So
He's
close.
playing
Good
in front
quiz.
of 500 fans. Well, maximum. Their Wikipedia page is about them, current squad, team name, history, and location, because they seem to have changed their name approximately 10 times.
Oh, were they? Did they used to be Spartak Nalichik? Is that what I was thinking?
No, I mean, if I had any Russian linguistic skills, I would attempt to pronounce these.
Yeah,
but
you've got to give it a go now. Pick one.
Okay, so in 1936-1948, they were FC Krasnoyarsk-Noginsk. They've also been Trudnoginsk.
Nice.
They've been Avtomobilist Noginsk. Then in 2008, they were Ecolab Shdoyshur Elektrogoysk.
That's the best one. It's got electro in the name.
Yeah, then in 2009, they got rid of the Ecolab and ended up being Shdoyshur. But it's a mixture of capitals and lowercase, like someone's
What was
trolling
that
someone
noise that
online.
just came out of your mouth?
Russian.
Zagork.
It's Russian, Dave.
Okay. Unbelievable. Right. Good quiz.
There we go. Well done,
quiz.
Dave, for scoring a whopping 10 out of 12, 83.3%.
Beautiful. Absolutely delighted. Can't ask for much more. Well, you can ask for 100%, but I'm not going to give you that. So
yeah, you could have got. Which I thought Aaron. I thought you're not going to get Roman Pavlyuchenko, but Aaron Lennon I thought was a potential.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't even. I was not aware he had moved to take. I thought because obviously he's had a few mental health issues, hasn't he, in the past? And I thought it would have been. I thought he would have been an England boy to stay close to family and stuff, but he's obviously feeling better, which is great, and he's taken a step to go abroad and play a bit more first team football, I'd imagine, over there. So. Very nice.
He's going to be playing with such legends as
Adebayor. No.
Yeah, no one.
No one. Brilliant.
Do I recognise any of these players? Maybe Miguel Lopez, a Portuguese defender.
Nope.
Pedro Henrique. No, I don't think I recognise him.
Nope.
Oof, it's pretty bleak again.
He'll be getting the big wages out there then. He'll be the big earner. More than likely.
More than likely, yes.
Right then, Josh. Should we move on?
Let's move on. Do you know what, Dave, we can do now? What we can do now is look at some Premier League football.
Yes! Yes, we can!
It's back, baby.
It's back.
It's back.
EPL.
And it started with Fulham v Arsenal in the what derby? What are you going for?
I'm going to go with the Philippe Senderos derby.
No, Junichi Inamoto, I'm afraid.
You've gone for Junichi Inamoto? Yeah, I was never going to get that.
Inamoto.
Should have gone for Philippe Senderos. Or...
Could have.
I was going to say Luis Boamorte, but did he play for Arsenal?
Yes,
I think he did. Yeah. He did, yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been an acceptable derby as well.
Yes, good one. So, obviously this was won 3-0 by Arsenal.
Yep, it was.
3 shots on the target from Aubameyang.
That is...
And Arsenal pretty much just... I mean, Fulham look very similar to 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's a very good way of summarising it. Fulham didn't look brilliant. I mean, don't get me wrong, that chance in very early doors, where it was a pass back from Maitland-Niles that Gabriel left, and then Leno had to come out and make a really good hand on the ball.
Really good save,
to save it. If that had gone in, it could have been very, very different, because Fulham were quite clearly set up to be defensive in that game. Well, understandably, first game back in the Premier League against Arsenal. But I think it was one of those as soon as Arsenal scored, it was quite clear that Fulham hadn't been training for a plan B. Like, they hadn't been training for what happens if we go down early. Yeah, but I think Fulham looked poor. Arsenal looked good.
Arsenal like clean sheet, away win, a goal from a set piece. I think Lacazette only scores at home, scored a shocking goal away from home, but yeah,
3 different goal scorers.
How natural is it? It's natural to see Willian in an Arsenal shirt. It seems. It didn't seem weird to me to see him in an Arsenal shirt.
Yeah, agree. It looked like he had been there for 2-3 years.
Yeah. I'm now questioning if he ever played for Chelsea. But
it was good, and seeing him play, 3 assists. He got all 3 assists, I think, didn't he? Yeah, he got.
I don't think the first one will count as an assist because it was a shot that was parried.
That's a fantasy Premier League assist. That I think.
I don't think that's a genuine Premier League assist though.
Is it a whoscored.com assist? That's the main question. That's what we need to look at.
We'll have a look.
And then, I think it sort of made me realise why were there other clubs not interested. Now it may be the fact he just wanted to stay in London, and that obviously does then narrow down to teams that could then afford his wages, and that makes Arsenal quite a viable option. But it was 2, yeah.
2 assists.
Okay. And I think why wouldn't Tottenham go for a player like Willian? Is it age?
I think we've probably been interested, but I thought that Mourinho's interest to be up here, Levy's interest to be down here, and he can talk him down.
Okay.
Talk to Levy up. I also think we're probably, after what Willian did to us when he first signed for Chelsea, I think that Levy would have been against it for that reason as well.
Right. Okay.
Remember what happened? That he was on his way to a medical with Spurs.
Oh, was he?
Literally, yeah. And then napped us off and went over to West London and signed with Chelsea. Literally, he was on his way to a medical. Everything agreed.
Oh, wow.
About to have a medical and then didn't turn up for medical. Where are you, Willian? Oh, I'm sat in
Stamford Bridge
signing a contract. You absolute.
Okay, yeah, okay, that makes a bit more sense then, yeah. But no, yeah, he looked good. He looked very good. He played well. Arsenal looked very fluid going forward.
El Neni getting back in the side. What?
Not for long, though, is it? He's a placeholder for Thomas Partey.
What, you think that's actually... I mean, yeah, how long is that placeholder going to be? Because it might become a permanent fixture.
Yeah,
Depends if they get 20 million for Martinez.
Well, that's the thing, yeah, I think. Because obviously now, because it was going to be, wasn't it, Lacazette to Atletico Madrid. And that
you got Lacazette. We spoke about it a few weeks ago, didn't we? Like raising money. You got Guendouzi wanting to raise money from, Lacazette potentially raising money from, Martinez maybe a source of income they didn't really foresee.
That's what I think.
Yeah,
I think they're going to get that money from Martinez and invest it in a holding midfielder, and El Neni won't be in there. I don't see how El Neni can go out on loan last season and suddenly he's not better than Guendouzi. That's my problem.
Came in, he might have the option to bring him back, so he might have wanted him.
True. Yeah. True. Yeah. True. Yeah. I just don't see El Neni being there for the long term in that midfield. No.
Okay. What do you reckon to, obviously touch on sensible betting later on, but Fulham to maintain the 20th position for the whole of the season?
No, because I've predicted Aston Villa to finish bottom in my league table. So,
things change, Dave.
Yeah, things do change. I think there is a potential possibility they will be down there. It's really hard because they looked so much better when Mitrovic came on.
Yeah, that's the thing. Mitrovic. I think he's carrying a bit of an injury. That's the problem. He is a bit of a...
He's got dodgy hamstrings.
He's not really an athlete, is he?
Yeah, he's got dodgy hamstrings. And he's shaved his head, completely shaved it with a beard now. So it looks even more like a thug. But
Did he lead to look more aggressive?
No, he definitely didn't. I mean, they looked so much different, so different when he played. And you could see they're built around him. So when he's back to full fitness, I think that's when we can judge Fulham properly, and they will now go and spend money. I think that's a great advert to say we need reinforcements in the Premier League. Yeah,
and that's one of the benefits of having a window open during the season. We didn't have it. Was it only last year or 2 years we had of it?
Last year, only last. We had 1 year of it, and then everyone complained and was like, "This is ridiculous."
Yeah, and so you obviously have probably another 3 weeks. I think the 6th of October. I think it closes. Yeah. So we'll see some clubs doing business whilst the season's going. So that's interesting.
But overall, I think good result for Arsenal. Fulham need to improve. Aubameyang was class. Willian was class. And they look solid not playing David Luiz at the back. Rob Holding looked a bit shocking.
I'll tell you what upset me. You look at that starting 11 though, you think, that's not very good. You've got a back three of Tierney, Gabriel and Holding. It's like Holding I've just never had any faith with or had some mesmeric run in this game. Like he's just juggling the ball around. So
became Brazilian, yeah.
He's like, was the ball dribbling him? I don't know. Then Tierney, who's typically, it was really much of a... Because in the Andy Robertson guys of left back, Gabriel is first. I mean, the guy spent about 6 weeks, kind of having a transfer to Arsenal and scores his opening goal in 40 odd minutes. It's just like, and Holding, who I thought has always been a kind of homegrown placeholder and is not at Arsenal's level. And that's their back three. It's just like fair, I think wing backs are very good. Bellerin's getting back to his best. Still not explosive. I'm not sure he ever will be because of his injury. And Maitland-Niles has been a bit of a changed man at left wing back. But I think he's got El Neni in there. It's like, Christ, this shouldn't be performing. It's like he's discovered a cheat code. How good is Arteta if he's performing with this side?
Yeah, he's doing well, and credit to him for that as well. So credit to him.
The next manager then. So we'll move on to the Ian Dowie derby.
Crystal Palace.
I chose that one because I like the alliteration of Dowie derby. Palace v Southampton, and it's one manager versus another.
But they all are, Josh. They all are. There's no co-managers at the moment. So
sometimes they aren't managers. Sometimes they're caretakers. But this is Roy Hodgson at his best. Roy Hodgson setting his side up. 3 defensive midfielders, 30% possession, 1-0 Crystal Palace.
Yes.
Have that Southampton.
128 passes in the whole match for Crystal Palace. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. 128 in the whole match. That's
typically what a kind of creative, deep line midfielder would get by themselves. So Jorginho would have got more than that in matches. That is absurd.
Yeah. Good goal though. Played completely to their strengths. Yeah. Southampton were dealing pretty well with Zaha, Townsend, attacking and then one moment of switching off and both fullbacks bombed on at the same time for Southampton, and Crystal Palace took advantage and scored.
For me, this was naivety from Hasenhüttl, getting his fullbacks to bomb on when the attacking outlet is down the wings for Palace, and they just kept going at it. And Zaha, time and time again, was just in. It's like had that instant offside, and then he had the one just after where he hit in the side netting. It's like, come on, you've got to be. As a fullback, you're coming in going, I look atrocious here, but come on, boss. You give me no chance here whatsoever.
I just think Hasenhüttl hasn't... There's no way he would have told them both to go at the same time. I think it's naivety from the players themselves potentially thinking, this is Palace, let's go and just score and destroy their confidence. But no, Palace...
But it was pretty even overall. There was some even amount of chances, really.
Yeah, I mean... Guaita in goal. He made 2 saves close range from Danny Ings, and he made a close range save from Shea Adams as well. I think the shots weren't in the corner, but he's moving across goal to save them. They were great saves. 1-0.
I thought he's again showing his worth. We had a period of time where Palace really didn't have a very good goalkeeper. I'd put Guaita in the kind of Dubravka bracket. They're very good shot stoppers. They're not great all-round goalkeepers, but they are proving their worth for the sides they're playing for, where they're just overachieving. So but if they were to Palace or Newcastle were to be a better side, that would be somewhere which would eventually need replacement. But they're both very good goalkeepers, just not fully rounded goalkeepers. Yeah,
definitely. I totally agree with that. I think Southampton.
The fans were ranked most kind of optimistic at the season start. How do you reckon that's faring now?
I still think they'll be okay. I think the fans will still be quite optimistic. I think they haven't. I'm trying to think where they've recruited, is in a big buy, or what's Southampton's summer been like? I can't really think of the transfer window.
We signed Kyle Walker-Peters on a permanent deal.
And that's it, isn't it? I think.
No, they also signed a centre back from France. Can't remember his name, but
but not a first teamer, is he? He's not.
No, I think that's more of a future one.
Yeah, and I think they're just building on last season, and that's good. That's good this season for Southampton. I think they'll be safe. They'll be good. They'll be top half, I think. And well, I say that it all depends on Danny Ings, isn't it? If Danny Ings stays fit, they'll score goals. If they don't, it's a lot of pressure on Shea Adams, who has scored 4 in his last season or something, 3 or 4. So
that cracking goal at the end of last season, didn't he? Lobbed Edison.
But I think it's the first game of the season, so it's hard to take any conclusions from it. But Palace looked.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
Palace looked like Palace. So.
Yeah, and Southampton look like Southampton. It's just Palace just do that thing they have that. They will have. That run, maybe they'll have a run of games to begin with where they pick up 4 wins in the first 5. Let's have a look who they're playing. They've got United, Everton, Chelsea, Brighton, Fulham. They could easily just they now have a run where they score absolutely nothing because They can't normally. They're not prolific in front of goal. Batshuayi maybe provides some difference for them.
I don't know about
I think he's a good goal scorer. He just never really got his. If he plays all season and they set themselves up, I think he'll get more goals than. Well, maybe him and Ayew up front as a front two.
Yeah,
quite good. But he's an upgrade on Benteke.
Oh, 100%. What if they get a bid that's too good to refuse for Zaha? Is that them then going from a team where they can pull out a 1-0 win to a team that will struggle to get a goal?
No, Eze looked pretty good yesterday. I'd say, do you know what? I think the chairman's mind will be swayed. Say they pick up a good amount of points before October.
Yeah.
And they think, you know what? We've got ourselves off to a cracking start here. We can eke out the remaining kind of 30 other games and I think he'd take the money then if it might even surprise me. Like we have this good start, get mid-table. I come 1st of October. Yeah, you can go.
Okay, all right, yeah. Interesting. Good to know.
Right, let's go on to the Nick Barmby derby.
Liverpool
Leeds.
Liverpool Leeds.
Wow, it felt like Brendan Rodgers was back in charge.
Yeah, it felt like Marco Bielsa saying, why should we change the way we're playing just because we're playing Liverpool? And Liverpool saying, we're going to go back to what we did last year because we're easily going to smash Leeds. Like, not last season, sorry, the season before where they didn't really worry about defending.
It kind of happened by the fact that they were very good, but rather than being kind of very cautious. I mean, the back three of the back four had absolute shockers. Trent Alexander-Arnold, shocker.
Yeah.
Gomez, shocker. Virgil van Dijk, shocker.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to definitely be harder for Liverpool this season. I think they will play much better against tougher opponents, but credit to Leeds. I thought that first goal went in, that penalty from Salah, early doors, giving away a penalty
that brought me flashbacks.
Yeah, although that was definitely a handball. This one.
Yes.
By Koch.
Yeah. This one was definitely a handball.
Shot straight at Koch was a commentary line that made me very, very, very humorous. But I thought, this is it. It's going to be floodgates opened. Leeds are going to crumble. It's a goal inside, 4 minutes for Mo Salah. Just what you don't want him to have because it builds his confidence. And he rifled that down the middle. I wouldn't want him to even try and save that. He hit that so hard. But no, went up the other end. Jack Harrison made a fool of Trent Alexander-Arnold, lovely touch.
What a goal! And Gomez did both. And this is the first time I'm kind of really aware of Jack Harrison. Did you realise? Did you know his history?
Australia isn't it? Australia, Man City, and then I swear he used to play for Man City's Australian sister club, or is it New York? And they've signed him and brought him over, and then they loaned him to Leeds, and he's done Championship.
Yeah, so his youth career is Liverpool, Man United, then Manhattan. Then played a college career at Wake Forest Demon Deacons.
Great
name. What a name.
Yeah.
And then was selected as you all know all about this, I don't really understand how it's worked.
Pick of
he
the
was
draft.
selected as the number 1 overall pick in the 2016 MLS Super Draft and was rated the second best player in the MLS under the age of 24 in the same year.
Yeah. And then for New York City FC, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah. Then came to Man City, and he's currently owned by Man City and on loan at Leeds.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I find that somewhat glamorous, that kind of. He's played for Manhattan. He's so glamorous.
Yeah. Wow,
great goal.
The goal was glamorous. Let's say that. Yeah, it was a lovely goal. What weaker foot as well, apparently. That right-footed strike. He's left-footed. So, lovely touch, lovely goal. And then again, Liverpool went down the other end. Van Dijk with a header, and you just I blame the goalkeeper.
Keeper scored it, didn't he? Keeper ruined it. Didn't even hit the back of the net. What's he doing?
Why has he caught it?
He's
Just
like, let that hit the back of the net so we can hear see the net ripple.
I don't think the header had enough power on it to make the net ripple. It wasn't headed hard. It wasn't a good header. It was just shit keeping. He just
dragged himself into the net with it.
Yeah, like he was already falling backwards.
Maybe we don't go that. Maybe that's how powerful it was.
Well, yeah, maybe
pushed him into the net.
Yeah, like taking him, but. Yeah, not sold on that goalkeeper. He ended Leeds' championship run, didn't he? I think, and that's why he's been given the number 1 spot ahead of that. Okay. Casilla is their other goalkeeper. So,
Salah with a hat trick. I mean, it's a pretty bleak hat trick, if I'm going to be honest. And
His second goal was good.
Second goal's great finish, but 2 penalties. But I do not like Salah's haircut. I'm just going to throw it out there. Don't like your haircut, Salah.
He's on the cover of the thumbnail. And he's actually doing the thing where he holds his ears, so his haircut looks even more vertical.
Yeah, so you can all see shocking haircut. But that wasn't the worst bit of the game. But the worst bit, Rodrigo. Wow. What are you doing? Why are you doing that? Let's make an impact. Come to the sub. Make an impact by just dangling a leg out there.
Yeah.
This cowardly leg. Oh, God.
Yeah, it wasn't very good. And it was such a strange game. It was such a strange game. I honestly thought Liverpool were going to run away with it when they scored early. And then Leeds equalised. And then Liverpool scored again straight away. And I thought Liverpool were going to run away with it. And then Van Dijk had an absolute brain fart. And Patrick Bamford scored. He's terrible.
Yes.
He's terrible.
Yep.
It was a great game. Absolutely great game. I stayed up and watched the first 25 minutes of it, roughly, and then was too tired, had to go to bed. So missed pretty much most of the action. I saw the first 3 goals. And then woke up and saw the score, and I just had to watch the highlights and watch the extended highlights back. It was a really good advert for the Premier League, let's be honest.
Yeah, and I shout out to, I keep wanting to call him Calvin Harris, but Calvin Phillips.
Yeah.
What a week for him. It wasn't great for England, but he got his England debut, Premier League debut, and played well. And Liverpool's pressing has obviously taken a downturn. They didn't have to press as much last year because they may press for a period of the game, will go X amount of goals up and just defend it, or just kind of boss it. But it just gave Leeds far too much time, and Leeds obviously a very good pressing side as well and created that space. But yeah, it was a good game, and I think both will have good seasons. Liverpool won't win the title. Leeds will, if they will crush some sides and overachieve, but we will kind of stuck it otherwise. But yeah, I think it was a very good game to open up the opening weekend.
I see Leeds being a bit of a smack on mid-table. Beat all the lower half teams and lose the majority of the top half teams with a couple of draws. I can't see him doing anything else other than that. But yeah, good, very good.
Okay, all right, let's go on to the everyone's favourite trumpet player, the Nobby Solano derby.
What a Peruvian! What a man!
What a Peruvian! One of my favourite Peruvians, I think.
Yeah, he's up there with Claudio Pizarro for me. So
yes,
Wow. If only we had a West Ham fat with us.
Yeah, it's match day 1, and it already looks like West Ham are giving up.
Yeah. Terrible.
West Ham may get to November and not picked up a point.
You reckon?
Their next 6 games: Arsenal, Wolves, Leicester, Spurs, City, Liverpool.
That could be David Moyes done in his West Ham career.
This could be. Here's a bet for you. What about him, Moyes to be sacked? On 7th of November they play Fulham, so sacked after the Liverpool match. New manager in the versus Fulham may do badly. West Ham. There's normally a side who has 3 managers. West Ham to have 3 managers this season.
Could be worth a bet. Yeah. You could also be worth a bet of at the 7th of November West Ham to be bottom, David Moyes to lose his job and have 0 points. That would get you a lot of a return, I reckon. If you could ask Paddy Power or whoever, any betting site, to put that together for you. What are the odds?
Yeah.
Could be worth a go. But yeah, it was pretty rubbish.
Incoming victory over Arsenal.
Yeah.
The first.
It was rubbish. Newcastle outplayed them and battled them. They bullied them. It looked like Newcastle were.
They Steve Bruce them.
They were stronger. They looked fitter. They looked more of a unit. They looked defensively organised. Whereas you could argue West Ham looked like none of the above.
And it showed the value of new signings. West Ham obviously have no new signings. They signed Souček on a permanent deal, and then the new signings for Newcastle combined to score and score both goals. And so West Ham will be ruining the fact they've signed no one. Well, Callum Wilson loves a goal against West Ham anyway, just for Bournemouth, now for Newcastle. So that was pretty much a dead cert. Should have probably thought about that. But yeah,
it was just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous to see how 1, I didn't expect Newcastle to play that well. 2, I didn't expect to see Andy Carroll on the pitch. And 3, I didn't think West Ham would be that bad. But
Andy Carroll on the pitch for almost 90 minutes as well.
And one header's picked up an early yellow card and didn't get sent off. I think this could be a resurgence for Andy Carroll because I see Callum Wilson as you get the best out of Callum Wilson in a 2 up front in a partnership. I don't think he can do that on his own. I think that was proven at Bournemouth. And I think Andy Carroll, if you take the pressure off Andy Carroll to score goals and make him so we're going to judge Andy Carroll's performances on headers 1 ratio and flick-ons into the box and things like that. And I think that's what Newcastle will do. They'll say that that's a positive. It could be a great season.
Honestly, I thoroughly enjoy watching Andy Carroll play.
Yeah? That surprises me.
He is so ridiculously good in the air.
Yeah.
Like absurd. It's just like shooting fish in a barrel sometimes.
That's what I liked about Fellaini at United. Like he was good in the air, and his chest control was the best chest control I've ever seen. Fellaini, but yeah, I can see what you mean by Andy Carroll. But yeah, it surprised me that you say
honestly,
that. I didn't think
Newcastle. I don't hate you. I've actually got a soft spot for Newcastle. I do want to see him do well. So St. Maximin whipping him into Andy Carroll to nod him in. I'll be fine with that. And not against Spurs. They probably will do because they're a bit of our bogey side. But got no issue with seeing that.
Incoming Andy Carroll injury next weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah. He's going to go out. He probably was out last night before the old lockdown again.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Going boosting up, wasn't he?
Probably, but yeah, it's good on Newcastle. You were confused, weren't you? Or I was. Well, both of us were a little bit confused about Jeff Hendrick and Andy Carroll and who was who because.
Yeah, you can't. You're not allowed 2 players. I presume he's bigger than Christian Daly, Jeff Hendrick. I think he's over 6 foot.
Yeah, he must be. Yeah.
Because I thought initially, Andy Carroll got a flick on for Callum Wilson.
But
he's 6'1". Yeah.
Jeff Hendrick.
But yeah, 2 long-haired, 6 foot plus men in the box. Confused how that, mate.
Yeah, I'm quite happy that Newcastle won that game. I mean, you're not. It went against your bet, but we'll get onto that. Hey, who's taking a lead in the betting? Way. Yeah, it'll be.
And we've run out of time there, Dave. Sorry, mate. So.
But what's West Ham? Just going back to West Ham, then. What do you think about West Ham? For the club is we know the club's in a mess. Mark Noble with that tweet. I think we talked about it last week. And if not, that means we talked about it off air like over the week.
No, we definitely talked about it on live. Yeah.
And then obviously Graham Souness has laid into him. Like Graham Souness needs to go again. If they're doing a clear out of Sky, get rid of Souness.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
What has to happen at that club to unify it, to get it back on the right course? Is it literally the owners have to go? Is that it? Is that
that? Is that? Is it poison something in the well? Is it poison apple in the well? Is that a phrase?
I don't know. We've had hot fuzz, standing under some hot water.
Yeah, they taint the club. As long as they're there, the club is tainted. They need to move on and just. Honestly, for me, from outside looking in, I think ownership bad, stadium bad, players all right, manager all right. I just don't think. I think that the stadium ownership thing is just ugh. But
I'm surprised it's not sort of like when they say a club is up for sale. I don't know. I can't imagine they just stick a big placard in the outside the Olympic Stadium for sale.
If there's a website for football clubs to buy.
Yeah. I'm surprised it's not up for sale. I'm surprised there's nothing about selling it because they've already said that last season, didn't they? They said if they got relegated, it would have been financial turmoil for the club. They had to stay in the Premier League. That strikes to me as people that then should be looking to sell the club once you stayed in the Premier League, so that it's not your problem anymore.
Right, let's get out quick.
But I just don't understand unless it's a pride ego thing about owning the club. And I know it was hard, wasn't it, when both of them owned Birmingham and they were trying to get a buyer for Birmingham. That took ages for that to go through.
Was that Vincent Tan? Was that?
No, Vincent Tan was. That's a. Was it Vincent Tan at Birmingham? It might have been. And then I just feel like it's a hard. No,
that was Cardiff.
Oh yeah, I don't understand why they're still holding on to the club. I just don't get. They're clearly hated. I mean, In any other business,
Carson Young,
that was it. Yeah, Carson Young. If in any other business, if your leadership is hated that much, they will very definitely get voted out by either stakeholders and shareholders if you've got them, or because the performance is that bad, they have to go, and that's what it looks like at the club. But yeah.
Okay.
But
yeah. All right. Well, let's move on, Dave.
Yes. What are we going for first? Because we've got a new feature to add in. No, we don't know where it comes in. It's surely
right
betting.
At the end, we'll go to Wikifiles now, please.
Wikifiles now. I got a Wikifile. Here comes a Wikifile. I got a Wikifile for you. Hey, there we go. It's on the screen, Josh. You can see it. It's not your go. It's my go. Right, Josh has sent me one. Youth career. What the hell is this? Youth career. SVG Pergstall, which I imagine is how it's pronounced.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, SVG Pergstall, because it looks, well, Austria Vienna would be Austrian, so let's go Austrian.
Oh, someone's got a geography boy.
Yeah, we're there. VSE, St. Pölten and Austria Vienna were the youth career between 1987 to 1998. So
I'm looking forward to this loan club.
Yeah. 99, he turns professional/senior. I don't know what the class would be, professional probably. To 2003, where he's at Austria Vienna, and he makes 84 appearances, scoring 3 goals. But during that spell, he has a 1-year loan spell in the year of 2001. I remember it well. Do I? 16 appearances on loan, 5 goals at SG Untersiebenbrunn. I think I've nailed that.
Yes, yeah, that's quite nice.
I think I've nailed that. That got him a big move to SV Salzburg, who in 2004, which might well be Red Bull Salzburg now. Because Red Bull did just buy a club and rename it, so it could well be them.
Mm-hmm.
That's not fact. I don't know that for fact. But 3 goals, 18.
You are right, Dave.
I am right. There we go. So, then moved to SK Brann in Norway. Yeah. Yep. 2004 to 2006, 32 appearances, 7 goals. That got him a move to Wigan Athletic, where he played the majority of his football. 145 appearances, 14 goals, 4 years, 2006 to 2010. That got him a move to West Brom, and I'm starting to slow down now while I'm trying to think also about who it is. Who moved from West Wigan to West Brom? 2010 to 2012, 62 appearances, 7 goals. Then he moved to Germany to play for Hamburger SV, 4 appearances, 0 goals. Got very quickly relegated to their second team. 2 appearances, 1 goal. But playing for their second team was good enough to get him back at Wigan. And he's still there?
No.
And he's retired. Oh, yeah, 2013. Yeah, he's retired. Wigan Athletic on loan, 14 appearances, 0 goals, 377 appearances, 40 goals in total. The only player I can think of this being is because I can only think of one, I think, Austrian who played for Wigan. So I've narrowed it down in my filter. I've got my filter going. And I've gone Austrian Wigan in my brain database and come up with Paul Scharner.
It is Paul Joseph Herbert Scharner.
And none of that would have mattered. You could have just told me his youth career was in Austria and he played for Wigan. And I would have gone, well, he must be Austrian, Paul Scharner.
There we go.
Yeah. No real memories from me. It was a bit of a...
Haircuts. Liked a fancy haircut.
Yeah, he did like a haircut, yeah. I can picture him in
there. Kind of like it was
JJB circle, white, blue arms for Wigan, like the blue arm kit and blue down the sides here. That's the kit I picture him. Yeah. Yep. So nice. What made you think of Paul Scharner? What brought up Paul Scharner?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I think I picked this a while back, and I can't remember what led me to Paul Scharner.
So it's just in the bank. It was in the bank of wikis.
It's in the bank.
Yeah.
It's in the wiki bank.
Nice. Yeah. Very nice. Right then, we'll move on to the new. Oh, you're hosting.
Yes.
You say
right then, we'll move on to the new. Here you go, Dave. I haven't got any more. The new feature, as we talked about last week, we are having the sensible betting with Josh and Dave. So last week we both started with £20 English in our account and placed some pre-season bets, some long-term bets, and then each week Dave and I will be placing, well, up to us, but around 2 or 3 bets a week, and we'll review that progress. It's just a bit of fun, just a little bit of fun, a few pennies, and see how we get on. Just having a bit of fun.
Yeah.
And if the fun stops, we'd stop right there and then.
I'm tempted to
how
stop.
much fun did we have this week, Dave? I had a lot of fun.
I had a lot of fun. It was good. I bet on. In total, my bets covered 3 games: the Arsenal game, Crystal Palace, and Liverpool. Because I had my non-ACCA bet was also involved in the Arsenal game, and it made those games more interesting to watch, and then made me get very annoyed with WhoScored.com and whoever does stats for the Premier League, because
tell me more, Dave.
Aubameyang definitely had 4 shots on target. He definitely had 4 shots on target, but it's being classed as 3 because one of them was a pass, not a shot. But if the goalkeeper hadn't have saved it, it would have gone in. Therefore, it's a shot.
So yeah, if it had gone in,
it's a goal.
Would he have been given 0 shots, 1 goal?
Yeah, exactly, Joshua, my friend. That is what
Rights to the betting company, because it's all about fun, no, Dave.
It's all about fun. Yeah, it's all about fun. That's very true.
You're impacting my level of fun. You're putting the fun in funds in your account.
I mean, I'll write to him and be like, look, I was having fun, and I'm still having fun. But just to let you know, I would have had more fun.
More fun.
Yeah, I would have had more fun if it was 4 shots on target. I can understand why it might not be classed as a shot, but I don't like it when it's not. Yeah, like you say, if that had gone in, if it had gone through the goalkeeper's legs, it would have been classed as a shot on target. It definitely would have done. So it should have been a goal. But yeah, I think
that didn't come through. But your other bet did, didn't it?
It did. Yes, I had Arsenal at the handicap betting. So Arsenal basically starting 1-0 down and still get the win, which they did. Crystal Palace to win and Liverpool to win, which came in very nice. So I put on a total of £1 over 2 bets and came back with £4.82, so £3.82 worth of profit, which pushes my thermometer up into the green, which is what this is about, and having fun. And fun.
Is that a fun?
It's the funmometer. It's the funmometer. Yeah, it's the funmometer, and the £15 in the middle is if that's your starting level of fun. That's the cost of fun.
Yeah. 15 fun coupons.
50 exactly. Yeah, 15 shroot bucks.
Stanley Nichols.
So Josh, you had one from the outside of it. I would have said your bets were safer than mine as a combined betting.
Yeah, and my individual bet was safer because I had Salah to score at any time because he had scored on the opening day of the last 3 seasons. I was like, yep, done. I didn't expect it to come in so soon. Dave actually alerted me to how early it came in. I was like, oh, excellent, that's it. That's good. So that came in. That was only that was pence I'm up for on that, wasn't it?
That was 50p on, 80p wins, an 80p win, so 30p profit from that bet.
30p, and then I also put a 50p bet on an accumulator. 4 matches yesterday, so I had Arsenal to win, tip. I had Palace Southampton draw. I had Liverpool win and West Ham Newcastle draw. 2 out of 4 ain't bad, but it is bad when you need all 4.
Yes. So yeah, your total betting was £1 spent and 80p return, so a loss of 20 pence, which puts your funometer slightly into the red, ever so slightly. So
I'm still on top of the world, mate.
Exactly.
So don't you worry about that.
It's still good fun, but I think it's a good little feature. It's definitely
Dave's really, really happy about his graphic, by the way, people. So if anyone wants to check it out on YouTube, just check out the graphic because Dave is super chuffed with it. And I promise you, he's done a very good job.
Leave a comment about the funometer because that's the bit. Yeah. The rest of it's quite easy, but the funometer is quite. Yeah, I'm
Funometer.
Funometer. Then you said it looks like you're trying to struggle to say phenomenon. Phenometer.
Phenomenon.
The money-o-meter.
So, on that, Dave, did you have any? Obviously, we'll place our bets during the week. Did you have anything that's already jumping out as you as a bet you want to make? Are you going to keep those type of bets? Are you going to go for a little handicap? Another couple of clubs? You're going to go for a more shot type bets? What are you going for?
Well, I didn't think I was going to go for the Aubameyang sort of bet that I did. I thought I would have gone for like a goal scorer one, but I think I might pick every week one of Paddy Power, because that's the betting company that I go with. I might pick one of their specials that they do, because they do these sort of a certain player to have a certain amount of shots or goals, or someone else to pick up a yellow card in the game or something like that. I think I'll keep an eye on them. I think I will probably stay away from when we go back to Saturdays having lots of fixtures, when it goes to a bit more normality, I think I'll step away from doing full ACCAs. But I think a 3-4 club ACCA is the way to go, I think.
Yeah, I might keep the ACCAs, but drop it down to like 10p or something like that, just so I'm not...
That's the other thing, yeah. But if you could not pick too many clubs, because it does then get hard for me to fit it in the graphic. So, yeah. Otherwise, I could just list it as like a 5-team accumulator, and then you'd have to talk about it, which is fine, I guess. So
that's fine.
But yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Nothing's jumping out at me yet, because there's midweek fixtures as well coming up, isn't there? So there's well, for me, it's Tuesday night, I think. Late Tuesday night or early Tuesday morning, one of the two. And then is there a game on Wednesday or Thursday or something? And then it goes back to next weekend is pretty much full fixture list.
What we've got obviously 2 games today: West Brom, Leicester, Spurs, Everton. We've got Monday 2 games. There's nothing. The Premier League. It'll be non-Premier League, won't it?
Oh, okay, yeah. So the Monday games are my Tuesday early morning, which I won't be watching unfortunately because I've got work.
No,
so.
It's Sheffield United, Wolves, Brighton, Chelsea. So
yeah, I think Brighton and Chelsea might be a good watch. Might be a good game to watch. But no, next week I haven't really. Nothing's really jumped out at me yet to have a look.
No.
Quite fancy maybe Chris Wood to score. Now that Burnley are back in action, I do like a bit of Chris Wood scoring bets. They won me a fair amount of money season before. So
okay.
But yeah, we'll have to have a look. Anything caught your eye?
Nothing as yet. No. I normally try and steer clear of Tottenham bets because I'm not the most kind of impartial bettor in those.
Yeah. I understand that.
No, looking forward to it. We'll post them on our Twitter during the week. And where can you find us on Twitter, Dave?
At Football Talk. But remember,
there's no A in football.
Yeah.
And that pretty much draws a close to this week's proceedings, I think, Dave, unless you have anything else you want to mention.
I've got one other bit of business, Josh, that I haven't told you about. But we have our own YouTube. We've gone up in the world ever so slightly. We now have our own YouTube URL, official. So it can be youtube.com/C for channel /Football Talk podcast. So there you go. Bit of live news for Josh as well. Look at that face.
We're all hearing it. We're all hearing it for the first time.
Yeah. I mean, the easiest thing to do is if you're watching this on YouTube, you already know where we are, and if you're doing it on Spotify, it's in the link below. So that's easier than typing it out. So.
But when we shout it randomly in the street is when we can really help people.
Yeah.
We just shout and watch Football Talk. Where do we find it?
Yeah.
Well,
youtube.com/C /Football Talk podcast. It just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Easy. But no, that's it. No other business from me this week, mate. It's been good. Good catch up. Football's back.
Yes, good to have football back. Yeah,
Right.
and so obviously you can catch us. You know where to find us on Twitter. You know where to find us on YouTube. There's Spotify and SoundCloud where you can also find us. And watch out for some betting tweets during the week and some other stuff. No doubt, as hopefully some transfers get pushed through and we can get Spurs and United fans to get a bit more excited rather than just the lull it's been so far. Will Sancho sign for Manchester United before the end of the season? Who knows?
Yes,
he will.
He will sign before the end of the summer. Yeah, before the end of the transfer window.
He's going to put a bet on that during the week. You'll see that there. He's going to put all of his money in his account on that.
No,
and,
that's not fun.
And have loads of fun.
Loads of fun. But
excellent. Well, thank you for listening, everyone. Give us a like and subscribe wherever you're tuning in. And until next time, goodbye.
Done.